Okay, now it is our mom panel. And joining us today, our good friend Melissa Gilbert. She is the founder of OaklandCountyMoms.com, and she's also a mom of two. Erin Rawlings, a mom of two, and also a blogger and a freelance writer. Her blog, by the way, if you want to check her out, is Mommy on the Spot. She's many times featured in national publications as well. And Nikki Little, a mom of twins. She also blogs and is the social media manager of Identity Public Relations. So this is our mom panel, Melissa, and we talk hot topics. And when they walked in, you're like, what's
hot mom?
You got hot mom.
Sexy mom panel. I'm very happy about it.
This is fun. Well, we love talk. They give us ideas. We talk about ideas. So our first topic we want to talk to them about is a story from South Africa that has parents debating. A court there ruled that 2 toddlers who were accidentally switched at birth should stay with the families that raised them and not go back to their biological families. The mix-up came to light when the mom of one of the children actually had some genetic testing done, and the biological parents will be able to visit the other child. And when we were talking about this, you said, oh my goodness.
I did a movie about that. Called Switched at Birth, based on a true story. It was Rosanna Arquette and I, and our children were switched at birth, and we found out, the characters found out when they were 2, and because she had done some genetic testing because the child was sick, and found out that she was not the mother and the father was not the father, blah, blah, blah. And then we had to decide what was best for the children. Do we switch them? Do we leave them?
So when you got that acting assignment, do you think you changed your mind on what you would have thought after you actually went through the script?
No, I think I would have done what they did. They kept the children that they raised, but they stayed close and maintained relationships. So the kids consider themselves siblings and have 2 sets of parents. And
that's what they're doing. What do you think about it, Nikki?
I definitely agree. I think short of them being newborns and having no idea what's happening, I mean, I think mine are 21 months old. They absolutely know who their parents are right now. So to try to switch and bring them back to their biological parents, it would just be too confusing. So I agree. Keep them with their parents and let them have the option as they get older to have a relationship.
Yeah. It'd be traumatic to take a child.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you think, Erin?
I agree. I mean, how can you break that? But like, you bonded with that child, and I think like maybe they would be able to adjust, but you don't know like the long-term ramifications of like saying that's not your mom. You know, now you have to go live with this other stranger. I think the arrangement that
made the right choice there. You too, Lisa?
Yeah, I agree. They were raised and loved by these parents, and I think now they're fortunate because they're going to have 2 sets of parents that love them and want to support them through life.
And siblings.
Yeah, exactly.
They get to kind of grow up as siblings, which I love.
Yeah, which is true. Yeah, you have your extra sister or brother that you didn't really realize you had.
Yeah.
Okay, we've all got together with the family yesterday.
Yes.
Yep. Smooth?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure, like big eyes. You're not going to say on TV whether or not they had a fight.
No,
You're
fun, but
not
chaotic.
Smooth. We have not smooth.
That's all right. Well, a recent study by a college in Florida says that arguing in front of the kids can actually have some benefits later in life. They found that kids react better to conflict later in life if they see arguments as children. I assume this is healthy arguments. I mean,
right, not name calling or anything.
I think it's
like
important
that.
also for children to see the 2 people can disagree and still love each other, and it doesn't mean the family's going to explode and mommy and daddy are moving out, and you know, it's okay.
It's okay. So you've done it.
We've had disagreements in front of the kids. Sure. I mean, you know, the knockdown, dragouts. By the way, no disagreements about the children in front of the children.
Good point. Good point.
See, that's
always got to be a unified front, right?
Right. You have to monitor what you're saying in front of them, because think about it, as kids are older, they process it, they understand it, they internalize it. So if you're arguing about them or arguing about financial situations, they're going to understand that and worry about it too. So you have to be careful what you say.
Have you had some arguments in front of the kids?
Yeah. Totally. And sometimes I'm like, oh no, should I not have done that? But I do think that if you teach them by example of how to have like a healthy disagreement or a fight, I mean, we're not name calling or, you know, we're being respectful, but you know, it gets heated and passionate, and I don't know, I think it's okay, like you said, because we're not splitting up because of it, and you can actually have a disagreement and love somebody. I think that's good.
It's real life. They got to see what real life is about, and it's about conflict, and it's about resolving the conflict.
Yeah, as
so
long
they have
as
to see that
nothing gets
happen.
broken, there's no dishes or pots.
Oh gosh. No.
Good for it. Okay, Legos. Yeah, anyone have kids that
yeah.
like
Yes,
Legos?
love Legos.
My son loves Legos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, the thing is, we're talking about Legos. A blogger sparked some debate after he said today's Legos sets are actually too involved and they're too intricate. He says that the branded lines with special pieces actually discourage the kids from coming up with their own specific ideas and creativity. And they are a little bit, you don't...
But they're
have
Legos.
Have you seen some of the Legos? They're a little
Take them apart
fancier.
and put them together with something else, another Lego.
There is like when you see that box and there's and
I
like
don't
you have the
know.
whole Death Star and you have to like put it together in like 107 easy steps. It can be a little much.
Because it's not like the Legos we had.
True.
Yeah.
But what
Okay,
Legos
okay.
has done,
It's not
I
like
haven't
making
bought
a
Legos in a
farm.
long
But
time.
I think it's good for a couple. I see both sides. Like my son is involved. He can follow instructions, but I don't get the Craggle out, like from the Lego movie, and make sure that they can't play with them again. He can play with them again, and I think the Robot Garage in Birmingham does a really good job of showing you how to, use your imagination. But I'll tell you, his fine motor skills, because he can play with Legos and he can like follow directions, is great. But we also allow for creativity too.
Okay.
well, I think what Lego has done is brilliant. They've got the younger market that can put things together without having it look like anything really, and then they've got kids that are in their teens that are using these kits that are really enjoying it. They kept both. They didn't get rid of the one that has creativity, and plus, as a child, when you build something, the creativity comes out in the imagination play that you use when you can play with that house that you just built.
Yeah,
in
that's
3
true.
different ways.
Yeah,
so there's
with the little
tons of
characters.
benefits.
What did you do for a
I had
creative
a-
toy for kids? Like, what was your go-to
we
toy?
had Lincoln Logs and Legos. Legos were a big thing.
Okay.
Any sort of building blocks, that kind of stuff. I actually had a nephew who in the basement had an enormous, almost like the size of a pool table with an entire Lego village, land and things, and he would build things and change them and move it and make it modern, make it old-fashioned.
Yeah.
And that I thought was amazing. My kids were also into cars, toy cars, and dinosaurs.
Yeah, okay.
The plastic dinosaurs. They built a lot of stuff, but the dinosaurs were important, especially to my son Dakota, who's now the zookeeper at a reptile zoo. So
Is he?
there you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a zookeeper?
I know.
No.
The black sheep of the family is a zookeeper. The rest are all musicians and actors.
Right. Very cool. See,
Yeah.
keep learning more stuff. We're running out of time, so we're going to have you ladies come on back. Is that all
thank
cool?
you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your holiday weekend.
Thank you very much.
Are you all traveling or no? You're staying in town?
Staying in town.
Great.
Relax. All right, coming up next on Live in the D.